The first time the score was settled in overtime in Winnipeg, and the Lions won. Bob Obilovich and Darryl Rogers, identical 6-4 records. And here's Darryl. And both teams can move into a share of top spots if they pull off a victory tonight in their respective divisions in the Canadian Football League. Ready for the Blue Bomber kickoff. And the newcomer, Troy Westwood, gets his first CFL experience in regular season play.
No, John, he had a chance in the preseason to really win the job and didn't perform up to par in a couple of preseason games that he kicked in. So really the jury is out on how he will perform tonight. Darryl Rogers said so far he's done a good job, but they haven't played yet.
This is Lorenzo Graham on the return for the Lions out near the 35 and rolled out there by Sampson. A 21-yard return. And here comes Doug Flutie. Darryl Rogers says he is the most exciting player in the Canadian Football League right now. Would you agree with that, Leaf?
Well, I think he's had a fabulous year. You know, there's a number of quarterbacks that are having great seasons, but I think that statistic right there tells you what success he has. That is a pretty impressive number. 6 300-yard plus passing games, the most of any quarterback in the CFL. Full command of his offense this year. His second year, much more comfortable.
Darren Flutie and Ray Alexander are the wide receivers. And that was for Darren Flutie from big brother Doug, and a little over the new receiver's head. Lions have been the same up front most of the season. Jamie Terrace was off last week with an injury, but he is back. Alexander and Flutie outside. Christensen and Clark are the inside receivers. That's Matt Clark and John Volpe, an exciting rookie runner, and Ryan Hansen provide the running game for the BC Lions.
Interesting. Ryan Hansen gets the start tonight over Chris Skinner. He has played well in the last couple of ball games, so Bob Obilovich rewarded him with his first start of the year. Interesting to see how he performs.
2nd and 10 Lions at the 35. Flutie in trouble. He escapes and finds Christensen on the sidelines, but he is out of bounds, so the Lions get set to kick it away in a hurry.
Good pressure from Tyrone Jones working on the left tackle, Rocco Romano. On his very first series, Ty Jones, good spin move, and that forced Doug Flutie to throw the ball a little high.
This is a great matchup on the punting department tonight. Bob Cameron, 12 years in the Canadian Football League. Lou Pasaglia has him by 4 and has kicked for over 50 miles in the CFL. Thompson on the return for the Bombers, and he's stopped out across the 40 after a 5-yard return. Tom Burgess has had better numbers in the last 4 weeks. It was a slow start for Tom Burgess in Winnipeg, but the numbers are improving. So the Bombers offensively.
Well, I think if you look at Burgess's career, he has always thrown more interceptions to touchdowns, so I don't think it's overly alarming. That's just the kind of quarterback he's been. He's willing to take a chance and throw it into a crowd. Maybe always not the smartest play, but that's the way he likes to play.
On first down, Burgess looks over the middle, and Crefo makes the catch. Short of the first down, he's out to the 50. Up front for the Blue Bombers, this group has been together for a while with Bauer in the middle, Molly and Black the guards, Big Chris Walby and Rhoda Huskers are the tackles, Streeter and a newcomer, Larry Thompson, are the outside receivers. Hull and Crefo in the middle. Mims and Hudson are the runners.
For those of you wondering, Perry Tuttle is out with broken ribs and no telling when he will be back, so that is why Lee Hull has come off the reserve list to take his spot tonight.
Gain was 9, 2nd and 1. And Robert Mims following behind David Black, number 51. Does he have the first down? I think that'd be quite enough.
I think he's a little short. A great hit from number 57, O.J. Brigance, the young rookie linebacker from Rice University. I think he got up and stuck his nose in there hard enough to keep Mims short of that first down.
Inches to go for the first down for Winnipeg. The Bombers just out across the 50-yard line. Early in the opening quarter at BC Place. Brigance goes out, and they'll add a little beef up front as the Bombers go gambling early in the opening quarter.
BC Lions have a great goal line defense. You saw a few weeks ago they stuffed Ottawa 3 times from the 1-yard line. They get good penetration from that front group.
No penalty markers down, so Burgess will have the first down. Lions have been making a few changes as this year has gone on defensively. Of course, Hill coming over from the Eskimos. Bayless just got back last week. Powell and Mayo are recent additions. Brigance, Holmes, and Wetmore, the linebackers. Major and Jefferson, the corners. Watson, Thomas, and Petway round out the secondary. Penalty marker down. Too far. Intended for Larry Thompson, number 8. Offside, according to the head referee tonight, Jake Ireland.
Offside. BC number 4. Repeat first down.
Gerald Bayless.
Well, there he is right in the middle. I think he was just lined up offside. Didn't really jump the gun, but did not give the complete yard. Jake Ireland and his crew picked that out, and it is now 1st and 5 for the Bombers.
Winnipeg just across midfield at the BC 54. Burgess on the move. Too high for Creepo.
I don't think they've turned to this side yet.
It's one of the problems that Tommy Burgess has had this year. You know, he's had receivers open, but has just not been able to connect. The theory and the execution here is good. Nice play fake on 1st and 5. Everybody expects they will run. He's able to get by Paul Wetmore to the outside and just simply overthrows Rob Creefo, and at 6'6", that's a real accomplishement to overthrow him.
That was a high pass. It'll be 2nd and 5 Winnipeg. Burgess with time. Picked off almost. Right into Ken Petway's mitts, and he couldn't quite hang on.
John, you know, I just mentioned the fact that Tom Burgess' interception totals are always high, and that's just the nature of his game. But this is a perfect example of why they're high. A pass that shouldn't have been thrown. No way he was going to get this football in, and more than that, into double coverage. It was overthrown, and Ken Petway had a great chance to make an interception against his former teammate. Spent 4 years with the Bombers before coming over this season to the BC Lions.
Bob Cameron has the best net punting average in the CFL. Across the 45 to get this one away, and he drives a penalty flag. Cameron is down. The Lions will be penalized. Jefferson on the return. Stopped at the 19, and you'll see Cameron go down.
Well, I don't think there's any question about this one. Number 79, it's Derek McCready, and he does not get a piece of the football. He gets a huge piece of Bob Cameron. The flag comes out. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers will have a first down.
BC number 79.
No scores so far in our game of the week from BC Place. The Bombers and the Lions. A rematch tonight.
All right. Who's next?
Me.
What's this I hear about you drinking Coke in class?
It was Pepsi.
Coke, Pepsi, it makes no difference to me.
The difference is one tastes better.
I like this one.
You chose Pepsi. Hey guys, now's a good time to take off.
The majority of soft drink users tested prefer the taste of Pepsi over Coke Classic. What's this about you drinking Pepsi?
For 5 straight years, the full-size pickup from GMC Truck has retained more of its original value than any other in Canada. That's why the popularity of the Sierra is growing faster than any other full-size pickup. And we intend to keep it that way in '91 with the new Sierras. The 1991 Sierra full-size pickup from GMC Truck.
Blue Bombers and Tom Burgess have the football back on a penalty against the BC Lions for contacting the kicker. Some interesting numbers on the quarterbacks in this league so far this season, and Doug Flutie leads the way in a lot of categories, Leaf. including this one. Most 200-yard passing games. Flutie has had 10, Damon Allen 9, and Barrett, Ham 7 each. Burgess has had 6. First down, Winnipeg. A penalty marker down. Larry Thompson out across the 30. 15 yards for Thompson, and procedure is the call going against the Blue Bombers.
Procedure, Winnipeg number 64. Repeat first.
Bob Mawley.
Well, he must have left early. Tough to see from that viewpoint there.
It'll be first and 15 Bombers. Lion 48. This is Robert Mims. A good move by Mims. He's inside the 30, and the Bombers have a big first down. 20 yards for Mims. Winnipeg needed 15.
Good call on first and 15. Really takes the BC defense by surprise. 59, Lyle Bauer. What a block on Gerald Bayless right there. That initially opens the hole for Robert Mims, the league's leading rusher, to get through, and then he is on his own with some pretty shifty moves in the open field. Tuck that ball in, though, Robert.
Not only the league's leading rusher, pretty good average at 5.8 yards per carry. First and 10 Bombers. Now at the Lions 28. Burgess time to throw, looking for house end zone, and just missed him. .51 to play in the opening quarter. Darrell Rogers. In his first year as the head coach of the Blue Bombers, got a veteran group to work with on defense, which has made life a little bit easier in his transition in 1991.
Pretty much a veteran group on offense to work with, too. That offensive line is so good, and you're right. Much easier transition for a new head coach coming in with the veteran ball players.
From the 28, Burgess takes off. On second and 10, he'll have a first down at the 15. A 13-yard gain for Tom Burgess.
Boy, as a defense, you certainly don't go into the game saying, well, we've got to stop Burgess from running the football, but every so often he comes up with a good run, and right here it opens up the middle, and he cannot pick out a receiver, so he takes advantage of that opening and is able to pick up the first down on his own.
With a first down at the Lions 15. Underthrown for Robert Mims from Burgess that time. It'll be second and 10. This Bomber drive began on a contacting the kicker penalty against BC. Play, and it's second and 10. 8:46 to go in the opening quarter. Still no score. Burgess stands in and look for Lee Hull, number 2, or at least Hull was the closest receiver.
I think he threw it away. The pressure was coming from Stuart Hill, number 36, from the outside. Burgess did not have time to wait for Lee Hull to finally come open, so he just simply threw it away. It was a good look at the swim move. Stuart Hill on David Black, 51. David Black trying to come out from the guard spot to block him, but Stuart Hill with a very crunching tackle on Burgess forced that pass to be incomplete.
Well, this is Troy Westwood's big moment in Canadian football. His first field goal try will come from 22 yards out. And he's dead center with the left footer as the Blue Bombers take the lead. Troy Westwood in his first game has given Winnipeg a 3-0 advantage in the BC Lions as the Bombers march after a penalty call against the Lions.
Basically, trucks are used for 2 reasons.
Makes his debut in the Canadian Football League tonight, and he is our featured matchup against Rod Hill, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the all-Canadian corner. Darren Flutie talked about Rod Hill.
Basically, I know that he's a veteran corner, so he's experienced and knows the game real well, and it's going to be different for me coming up here from the NFL, getting used to the field and getting used to the rules. So I know he's experienced. I'm just going to have to go out and play my own game because I don't know that much about him.
This is Lorenzo Graham on the return for the Lions after the Bombers opened the scoring. BC starts with better field position this time on a 20-yard return by Lorenzo Graham.
Rod Hill, the other part of the matchup that we will follow for you tonight. Darren Flutie, Rod Hill. Not the greatest way to start as a receiver coming in this league. Your first night you get to play against an All-Canadian. Rod Hill, who has had 35 interceptions in 4 years. Not bad.
And 4 this year. All-Canadian in 1990.
That's including this year. That's pretty good, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Almost 9 a season.
Flutie on first down. Over the middle for Matt Clark.
Matt Clark, who leads all rookie receivers in the Canadian Football League, and what a tremendous rookie season he is having. And such a smart receiver for a young fellow. Reads the coverages so well. So he works his way finally into an open area. Is a good target for Flutie to find, and first down for him.
No huddle offense after a 13-yard gain. This is Jay Christensen, number 83. And he's forced out to Winnipeg 45.
Well, John, as you look at the BC offense, you know, Ray Alexander is the big play man. He leads in yardage and only really 1 catch behind Alan Pitts for the league lead. But the bread and butter are the slot backs, Jay Christensen and Matt Clark.
11 yards the gain, another BC first down. Flutie to the far side. And completes to Darren Flutie, number 82. So there's the first combination, Flutie to Flutie. 8 yards the gain.
Boy, notice the good technique of a Darren Flutie. Watch the catch. Nice soft hands as he makes this one. Rod Hill choosing to give him quite a bit of room on the quick out. Turns it upfield. He's got 4 or 5 speed, his brother was telling me, so he can get it deep, too.
No huddle offense as the Lions continue this drive. 2nd and 2. This is John Volpe, and he stopped short of the first down. Now there's a helmet rolling down the field.
And it belongs to Rocco Romano, and James West is doing a little 10-pin bowling out there with it.
That can hurt the ears a little bit,
I would say. Well, you're going to have a good look at it right here. There, the lid is going to come off. And in famous Dick Weber style, he goes for the strike.
Yeah, I didn't like his form there. He was off balance when he let it go.
Yeah, no,
it would have been in the gutter.
Would have been a gutter ball.
Lions have had some difficulty scoring in the first quarter this year. They haven't had difficulty putting points on the board most nights, but getting the start. It is 3rd and 1 BC. This is Volpe. Well, we might have to wait and see where they spot the ball.
That play took a long time to develop, and that can be pretty dangerous in these kinds of situations against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They are so quick at linebacker and get good initial penetration. I like a little more of a quick hitter in these kind of situations, but that play is slow to develop, and they get it by an inch.
Any portion of the football, and I guess an inch is as good as a yard at this point for Bob Obilovich and the Lions. Obi came in for the final 7 games of 1990, was 4-3. The Lions are 6-4 in his first full season as a head coach in BC. 1st and 10 BC. Winnipeg 35. Intending that for Clark. Flutie was off target. Bombers lead it 3-0 with 5:47 to go in the opening quarter.
Doug Flutie's smart. Looks as though his game plan is to hit the receivers quickly. He knows the Bombers love to come with a lot of pressure, and that means blitzing, so he is looking initially to the quick pass to try and keep these drives going.
2nd and 10. James West in pursuit of Flutie, and Clark couldn't make the catch.
This is the way you attack a Doug Flutie, with quick linebackers and coming on the blitz. James West will not get to Doug Flutie, but pretty good pressure, and
Matt might have caught that.
Yeah, he might have caught that, but I think it was the initial pressure that forced Flutie to throw it a little high. When you got James West breathing down your neck, I mean, you want to get rid of that football quickly.
Luke Bisaglia from 41 yards away. His longest this season, 52, and he's been good on 76% with field goal try. He's wide this time. The Bombers give up a single point. Bisaglia missing from 41. So the Lions drive stalls. Bisaglia misses the field goal, and the Bombers continue to hang on to a narrow lead. It's 3-1 Winnipeg in the first quarter. The Bombers have a game in hand, the one you're watching here and now. Winnipeg leading 3-1 in the first quarter. BC Place. 1st and 10. Winnipeg at the 35. Robert Mims caught initially in the backfield by Bayless. He lost 2 yards. Bayless slowed him down.
You know, it's interesting talking to some of the Bombers on the sidelines about the streakiness of Tom Burgess. He's notorious for going on tears, and the Bombers just waiting for him to turn things around in this game.
It'll be 2nd and 12. Burgess. For Lee Hall, he's got the ball. Flags are down as Hall is dragged down near the 30 of the BC Lions. Burgess on target for Lee Hall that time. He draws a penalty after a 48-yard gain.
Well, it seems like Lee Hall gets playing time anytime someone gets hurt. Perry Tuttle's hurt. He comes into the lineup. He did that last year and played wide receiver and slot back. And this time, Tommy Burgess is on target with a good throw in between the zone coverage of Ken Petway and Norman Jefferson. A face masking penalty will be added on, but that's a nice catch by Lee Hall. And good to get him involved early. He hasn't played much this season, so nice to see him catch a pass in the first quarter.
And a face masking call moves the Bombers all the way up to the BC 15. It is 1st and 10 actually from the 14-yard line. Winnipeg leading 3-1, and Burgess has a chance to hit the end zone here. Looking to the corner for Thompson, and the coverage supplied by a former Bomber, Norman Jefferson.
Bill Rogers said he learns a new penalty and a new call every week. I wonder what it'll be this week.
Well, I think that one was quite obvious, the previous call, and obviously to the Blue Bomber advantage after Hull's big 48-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Burgess looking for Streeter. And Chris Major, number 13, was covering Eric Streeter that time.
Great coverage by Chris Major. You know, he was on the hip, Streeter, all the way, and then at the last moment, you know, he came underneath, and the ball had to be thrown up and over the top, or it would have been picked off. And Chris Major, 4 interceptions, leads the BC Lions in that department. Actually tied with Ken Petway, but he's really solidified that corner position.
Troy Westwood gets his second opportunity in the opening quarter. So far, he's hitting 1,000%, 1 for 1. This from 22 yards away. Cameron holds. Westwood is good. He's 2 for 2. As the Bombers move out in front by 5 at 6-1. A couple of field goals by the newcomer Troy Westwood in relief of Trevor Kennard, who was on the injury list with a back problem.
Well, I asked him if he was nervous before the game tonight, and he said nope.
Not a bit.
I'm not sure I believed him, but he doesn't look it so far. 2 for 2.
Bombers have had some decent opportunities to get into the end zone and have settled for a couple of field goals, but they do have the lead at 6-1.
That Troy Westwood is a left footer, gentlemen. It's a problem for Bob Cameron holding. His entire career he's been holding for Trevor Kennard, a right footer. Cameron says he hates it, and they had to practice extra this week.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it as a former holder. All of a sudden I've got to switch around, but so far Cameron's done a nice job.
Lorenzo Graham, and the reverse goes to Matt Clark. Some room up the middle for Clark as he gets out across the 35 and is brought down at the 37. 17 yards on the tandem return. Let's see if Doug Flutie can get things going here now.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers do a great job on this kickoff coverage of staying in their lanes, and that means staying in their area that they're responsible for. 72 Albert Williams does a nice job to turn him back to the inside where he will get some help, but really didn't fool that cover team at all.
1st and 10 for Flutie and the Lions with 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Flutie steps up and delivers the pass well behind Ray Alexander. Alexander, the #1 receiver in yardage totals in Canadian football as of this week. 1,028 yards.
Well, he's only one catch behind Alan Pitts. Ray Alexander was 68. Alan Pitts was 69. So I would think if he has his normal game, he'll be the #1 guy after tonight.
Until tomorrow.
In both categories.
Until Pitts and the Stampeders take on the Argos tomorrow afternoon. Here's Alexander. Catch number 69. A 12-yard pickup and a first down for the BC Lions. They've been rather slow starting, and that is the first down for the Lions tonight. First catch for Alexander, 4th first down for the Lions. I should correct that. This is John Volpe. And Jones is there. Tyrone Jones, the gain, 0 yards.
John Volpe, those are his numbers from last week. I can tell you that so far this year he has 733 yards, and no doubt if he stays healthy, we'll have 1,000 yards, and it's been a long time since a BC Lion running back has done that, 10 years as a matter of fact. But he is a good one, and we'll tell you in a minute what Greg Battle said about him. It's kind of interesting.
Second down, Lions. Penalty markers are down. Ryan Hansen makes the catch, and he'll have the first down if the penalty is knocks against BC. 13 for Ryan Hansen on his first reception.
Ryan Hansen getting a chance to start tonight. His numbers on the season aren't very good because simply he hasn't played, but he is getting an opportunity tonight. He is the favorite of Bob Abilovich. When he took the head coaching job here, he immediately made a trade with the Argonauts to get Ryan Hansen. He liked him. Typical Winnipeg penalty, objectionable conduct. We'll add another 15 onto this one.
Offside. Winnipeg number 35. Decline. Objectionable conduct. Winnipeg number 12. First down.
There they are there. Bobby Evans and Tyrone Jones standing side by each, and both taking penalties in the last play.
Yeah, that was the offside one, but they take the one with the greater value, and of course that was Bobby Evans' penalty.
John Volpe on first down, and Volpe gets inside the 35 for a gain of 5.
Go back to what Greg Battle told me before the game. He said, you know, it's really tough to tackle a guy like John Volpe because he's only 5'7", and of course 195 pounds, good upper body strength, but Greg Battle said he hides behind his lineman, and sometimes you just don't see him coming at you to the last second, and then it's too late. But I thought pretty interesting perspective from a linebacker's point of view of how to tackle him.
On 2nd and 5, Flutie. for the other Flutie, and that draws a penalty. Intended for Darren from Doug. And the Bombers take another penalty.
Trying to go up and over the top of Rod Hill. Darren Flutie goes up and fights for the football. I don't know.
Forward pass interference. Winnipeg number 10. First down.
It'll be a first down for the Lions. In fact, a gain of 18 this matchup here. Flutie winning that particular phase of it. First and 10 Lions. Now at the Blue Bomber 13. To the end zone, Christensen. There is a penalty marker in the end zone, but I think the touchdown will stand to Jay Christensen. Penalty against Winnipeg.
Yeah, Doug Flutie beats the blitz. Watch, he gets to the outside. The blitz coming, and then he has some extra time to wait for Jay Christensen to come all the way across the field. Dave Bovell had him in man-to-man coverage, could not stay with him. 6th touchdown of the season for Jay Christensen. Doug Flutie, so tough against the blitz because he is so quick himself. He gets and runs away from it, buys himself some extra time, and of course this is what every team fears when they play BC.
Convert is good by Lou Pasaglia. And the Lions are in the lead for the first time at 8-6. Jay Christensen came over from the Calgary Stampeders last year. Had injury problems at the start of this season, but he is a terrific young receiver who had a great year last year in BC.
He really did. The first time in his career that he'd been over the 1,000-yard mark, and I think probably would have had a good chance this year had injuries not kept him out of a number of games early in the season. But he's such a nice target for Flutie, too, at 6'4". Very personable young man. We always have a chance to chat with him. He's very upbeat and great attitude, and of course having a good season. 6 touchdowns, that's not too shabby.
He's a graduate of the Okanagan Sun, a fine junior football program in the interior of British Columbia. Lions into the lead at 8-6. And a short kickout. The Lions come up with a recovery that had traveled 10 yards at the 50-yard line. Spencer McLennan came up with the football.
And I think what they're going to call is that he grabbed it about the 9-yard mark just before it. Now, if he'd have waited just a fraction, he was going to get it anyway. But I think the official made a good call. He picked it up in his hands before it had traveled 10-yard distance.
Illegal kickoff. BC. The ball was touched before it went 10 yards. Winnipeg gets the ball where the ball is dead. First down.
Yeah, the line judge, Heinz Bredeman, was right on the play. He's right on the line, and he has a perfect view of it. Good kick by Louis.
There's
now
5, 6, 7. No, he's you're right, 9 yards.
Yep. Well, the officials make an excellent call there. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers get good field position as a result of that one.
Darryl Rogers has learned another rule in Canadian football, quite likely.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't know the game, and that's not the inference meant, but he was talking yesterday at the news conference about learning a little something new about Canadian football every week.
Well, he's learning something here. The officials won't listen to him. But I think what they're saying is if they touched it before it went at they kicked off at the 35 and it was touched 9 yards downfield, they should have it at the 44-yard line.
They're arguing over 2 yards. Final score has just been posted from the Canada Cup. Game 1 goes to Canada 4-1 over the United States. And that's what the cheer is about at BC Place. Well, Darrell's got a point down there. That's where McLennan was tackled, where they have the ball spotted right now.
Do you think it's any coincidence that Jake Ireland always referees Winnipeg Blue Bomber games?
Now, you said that the last time we did a Bomber game, too, but he's here again.
Oh, he seems to, I don't know, he has a great knack of not letting games get out of hand. And, you know, the players throughout the league respect him, so I really do not think it's a coincidence that he does a lot of Winnipeg games. Because Winnipeg is kind of a boisterous group out there.
I think boisterous puts it very well. Seven plays to travel 74 yards. Jake Christensen's 13-yard reception for his 6th touchdown of the season has given the Lions the lead.
The argument gets pretty complicated, and I think Jake Ireland's going to explain it to us. I think we have to see a re-kick here.
Will be repeated with a 5-yard penalty.
The whole situation was that Winnipeg declined the penalty. They have to take the penalty and make BC re-kick, otherwise the Lions get the ball.
Yes, they declined the penalty. That's correct.
Well, Darrell's learned another one.
But originally they handed the football to Winnipeg.
They should have snapped it quickly.
Yeah, taking advantage while they had the offense on the field. Bisaglia takes it deep this time. And this is Larry Thompson on the return for the Bombers. Thompson dropped near the 45. O.J. Brigance leading the tacklers with a little help from Andrew Thomas. That's the end of the opening quarter with the BC Lions in front of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. It's 8-6 at BC Place. We'll send you back to Toronto now for Sports Update with Gina Reda. Ready for the start of the second quarter. Thompson lost the ball after making the catch, and the Bombers have recovered Larry Thompson. And Rick House coming up with a loose ball.
First quarter statistics brought to you by General Motors. Net yards, the edge goes to the BC Lions. They've also been aided by a number of Winnipeg Blue Bomber penalties. And so far, no turnovers in the ball game, although we almost had one there.
Almost, but House saved the day for the Bombers. We get a first down and an 11-yard gain. This is Robert Mims, stopped initially and then hauled down after a 4-yard gain near the 50.
Well, Gerald Bayless, number 4, the defensive tackle of the BC Lions, is doing his best tonight to get into the Winnipeg backfield as quickly as he can. That time forced Mims to find a new hole quickly, but Gerald Bayless, he is full of vim and vinegar tonight as he is really getting good penetration initially.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Bombers at the BC 50. Burgess to his right. Rick House makes the catch, and that'll be a Winnipeg first down at the BC 40, a 10-yard gain.
Okay, little play action in here, and Burgess will end out. Watch Rick House. He'll bend Kenny Watson to the inside and then take him out, let it run. But a good pass pattern. Rick House bends right into Ken Watson, takes him up the inside there. There you see the move to the outside. And Tommy Burgess, even though he's off the back foot, still with a pretty good delivery. Rick House with a nice catch.
And the Bombers with a first down. BC 40. Slight delay to Robert Mims. He's cornered. And there's a penalty marker back in the Lions secondary. -5 for Robert Mims. Neither runner has been able to get on track tonight, Volpe or Mims.
I think the front fours of both clubs are getting so much penetration, it's just destroying all the blocking patterns of the offensive lines. Jay Brigance was there. Linnell Mayo was there.
Holding Winnipeg number 64. Decline. 2nd down.
So holding on Bob Mully is declined as there is a loss on the play. Watch Mims, really no room to go here. There's the holding right there.
It didn't help. Mims was dropped for a 5-yard loss. Burgess stands up on 2nd and 15. Larry Thompson couldn't hang on.
Boy, he did everything perfectly. Found a nice hole and ran a perfect pass pattern. Only one problem. Couldn't hang on to the football. He's really in the ball game. He's replaced Larry Willis for the last few games because he is also a good special teams player. Good kickoff and punt return man, as well as a good receiver. That's why he's playing.
Bob Cameron ready now for his first punt of the game, standing at his 50-yard line. Jefferson makes the return, and the penalty marker is down in the area. 5-yard return for a 36-yard Bob Cameron punt.
Overall, some are even saying a Grey Cup preview, and Wally Buono won't say who his starting quarterback is until just before the game, but the speculation in Calgary is that Gil Renfro will get the tap from the Calgary head coach.
And that'll make it rather interesting tomorrow afternoon when we're at McMahon Stadium. Renfro against his former mates, the Argos.
I'm looking forward to seeing him play if, in fact, he is the starting quarterback. He had some great years with the Argonauts before he moved on and tried his luck for a few seasons with the Atlanta Falcons. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have it for you. Toronto and Calgary, the Rockets comes to McMahon Stadium.
Big kick by Lou Pasaglia, traveled 50 yards, and the Bombers start deep in their zone from the 8-yard line. Robert Mims and O.J. Brigance. The gain is a yard.
The BC Lion defense isn't really noted as a great defense against the run, but tonight they're doing a super job in the first half, holding Robert Mims to very, very little yardage. Personnel is a little different than when they played it the last time. Bruce Holmes in the middle has helped the tackling department against the run quite a bit.
Burgess facing 2nd and 9. This is Warren Hudson, and Hudson comes up with a big play for the Bombers out across the 25 for a first down and a 17-yard gain.
One of the reasons why Robert Mims led the Canadian Football League in rushing last year, and of course leads it again this year, is Warren Hudson, number 37. Arguably, probably the best blocking fullback in the league. I mean, there's some great fullbacks, guys like Wilson Jones and Blake Marshall, but Warren Hudson is an outstanding blocker.
This is Robert Mims trying the right side. The ball comes loose, and the Lions may have recovered. It is a first down for the BC Lions on the turnover. Gerald Bayless.
It's been a pretty physical first half as Mims tries to get to the outside. He is met by a group of BC tacklers there, and the ball comes loose. I think it's number 3, Ken Watson, with the initial hit, and there's Gerald Bayless right there to wrestle the ball away and get the turnover.
First turnover tonight.
Robert Mims really felt that hit. Kenny Watson, number 3, really drove his helmet in and through him, and Gerald Bayless made the recovery.
Bayless in his 3rd game back. He missed a good stretch of the season after having emergency surgery on his appendix.
Last year, after being traded over, he missed the entire season with a hand injury. So in the last couple of seasons, he has really not played a great deal of football. Should be fresh from now through the playoffs.
8:08 to play till halftime. It is 1st and 10 on the turnover for the BC Lions at the Winnipeg 28. Bombers have 2 field goals by Troy Westwood. Lions have a touchdown. Doug Flutie, Jay Christensen. So let's see what Flutie and the BC offense can do. 7 of 13. 1 touchdown for Flutie so far.
And this is where I think the BC Lions are a much improved team this year over last year. They've been able to take advantage of mistakes of their opponents, and now the turnover. This is where Doug Flutie has been exceptionally sharp this year, taking advantage of the turnover.
From the 28, 1st and 10. Lorenzo Graham may pass. He does and gets a first down to Ray Alexander.
Okay, here's the pitch to Graham. Watch Alexander working. He's trying to go deep, and then he cuts back underneath, let it roll. But he had to do a lot of work. It's usually a trick play where you go for the home run, but Les Brown held him enough that he had to come back and work back to the football. I thought that was a good throw by Lorenzo Graham.
On the money. 14-yard gain and a first down for the Lions now at the 14. Volpe stopped initially, but found a way to get through for a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 as the Lions drive continues after the fumble by Robert Mims. Volpe again. Touchdown. 8 yards. What a great run by John Volpe.
The Winnipeg defense, they're thinking pass, and John Volpe cuts it up. Paul Randolph cannot get him. Good hole for John Volpe, and he's into the end zone. 10th time he's done that on the ground this year.
Lou Pasaglia has not missed a convert in years and years and years. He has kicked 366 straight converts to set a new record. Last miss was July 1983. Lions in the lead, 15-6.
Time magazine called him the master funny man of the age. Now, for the first time ever, the legendary king of comedy and music is captured on video in the best of Victor Borge.
Pardon me, madam, are you laying eggs?
Recorded live, this collector's edition of Priceless Comedy is a must for every Victor Borge fan. It's the incomparable Victor Borge in his best-loved, most heartwarming comedy performance of all time.
For rush delivery, call 1-800-327-0900 or send $29.95 plus $4.95 shipping to Victor Borge, P.O. Box 747, Station A, Department 126, Downsview, Ontario.
In addition to having a great quarterback, Bob Obilovich has a good running back in John Volpe, and Obilovich feels that getting John Volpe involved in the attack will be a key part in getting this BC Lion offense along.
Well, you know, we've got John Volpe, who's a good running back, and we'd like to run the ball 15 to 20 times with him. Some of those games earlier in the season when we were playing catch-up and getting behind by a lot of points early, it was hard to get the running game going because we had to catch up. But if we can maintain possession and do our thing, we'd like to run the ball very consistently with John in there.
Volpe is the #1 rookie rusher in the Canadian Football League. Coming into this game, 733 yards. He now has 10 touchdowns.
John Volpe caps off the drive with an 8-yard run. It was set up by the Robert Mims fumble. Only a minute and a half for the BC Lions to extend their lead.
Now, we just talked about the fact that that's where they have improved this year, taking advantage of their opponent's mistakes, and it didn't take long to convert that turnover into 7 points. But Bob Obilovich made an interesting point, though. Games really dictate what you do offensively. If it's close or you're in control of the game, yeah, you can run it. But if you're way behind, you got to put it up in the air.
Lee Hull battle battles for it with Matt Pierce, and Pierce comes up with the ball, and the return is out across the 35 to the 37. Met there by Paul Wetmore and Robin Belanger. It is 15-6. The Lions lead the Bombers. Winnipeg turned it over the last time the offense had the ball. Bombers have come on over the last couple of weeks. They've won 3 of the last 4 games. Lost in Saskatchewan to the Rough Riders on Labor Day. For Eric Streeter. And he's out across the 45 near the 50. A 10-yard gain for Streeter.
The Bombers have used that play successfully tonight, and the good thing is all you really need is one key block at the point of attack. And as Streeter caught the football, number 2 Lee Hull was out to get the block on the corner. Chris Major, that allowed Streeter to cut to the inside and pick up some good yardage. In fact, close enough for a measurement. But those kind of quick screen passes to the wide receivers, all you need is one pretty good block at the point of attack, and it can turn into a very successful play.
First catch for Streeter, and that's a first down for the Blue Bombers. Out the Winnipeg 48. Larry Thompson flanks to the near side. Eric Streeter to the top of your screen. First and 10. Burgess for Streeter. Away from one. He has the first down and room on the sidelines. Forced out by Ken Watson. 20 yards. The Bomber drive continues.
It's good strategy by Tom Burgess. He puts 4 receivers to the wide side of the field, and now he expects single coverage on the backside with Eric Streeter. He gets that on Chris Major. Easy pass to complete on the quick hook, and then a good move back to the outside for Eric Streeter, and back-to-back nice gains for him.
Out the line, 42. Good fake by Burgess. Hudson coming out of the backfield makes the catch. And he is inside the 20. This is a good drive for the Bombers. 23 yards for Hudson.
When you're a running football team and you go to the play action, you can really have some success with it. Stu Hill coming on the pass rush, gets by the block, but it's too late. The ball is already gone, but the play fake throws the linebacker, O.J. Brigance. Warren Hudson was allowed to waltz right out into the flat and make an easy catch, and Tommy Burgess really has a nice drive going here.
4:43 to go till halftime. First and 10. Bombers. The Lions 19. End zone pass. Burgess for Hull. Tight coverage. Ken Watson. With a little help from Chris Major.
Ken Watson's played a lot of football in the last year and a half, 17 games with the Lions. Last year was released, played in the World League of American Football during the winter months, and now back playing for the BC Lions again, re-signed by them. He's played a lot of games in a short period of time.
Lions lead it by 9 at 15-6. Second and 10, Winnipeg. Burgess gets some pressure. Gerald Bayless had a chance for the interception. O.J. Brigance got to the quarterback.
The BC Lions have enough confidence in their secondary that they can play a tremendous amount of man-to-man coverage this year because they do a lot of blitzing with their linebackers. Right in the middle of your screen, number 57, O.J. Brigance is coming. Robert Mims cannot pick him up on the blitz, make the block, and he gets in with the pressure, tips the ball from Tom Burgess.
Troy Westwood, 2 for 2 in his debut in professional football. A left footer with Cameron Holding, and Westwood is perfect. 3 for 3. He has accounted for all the Blue Bombers scoring. The Lions lead the way. It's 15-9 with 3:51 to play in the first half.
TSN takes you play-by-play to the Vanier Cup. We've got a hard-hitting OUAA matchup between the Western Mustangs and the U of T Blues. the Mustangs and the Blues. Friday, 7 Eastern, right here on Real TV, TSN.
Football fans, check this out. Soccer fans, watch it. Rugby fans, get ready. TSN warms you up to World Cup Rugby in a series of exhibition matches with the boys down under. The #1 favorite Australia Wallabies are out to cut down the reigning world champion New Zealand All Blacks. Thursday, 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Get into the spirit. Get into the action. Get world-class rugby. Only on Real TV, TSN.
Welcome back to BC Place. BC Lions out in front of Winnipeg 15-9. Rod Hill, the other half of our matchup tonight against Darren Flutie. We talked to him before the game what it's like facing a new receiver.
Well, first of all, I know absolutely nothing about Darren Flutie. I don't have any track record playing against him. I'm not able to pull on any past experience in order to decide which way I play him. But I guess the fortunate part about it is that we play so much bump and run, man-to-man defense that I'll be able to do the things that I normally do and don't make any, I guess, adjustments for the competition.
Yeah, he is so good that really doesn't matter that he hasn't seen Flutie before. He'll just play his game and let the chips fall where they may.
This is Darren Flutie on the kick return. Nifty little run, but there are penalty markers down. 25 yards for Darren Flutie in his first kickoff return. Lions lead at 15-9 late in the second quarter.
Winnipeg number 58. First down.
So the BC penalty is against Paul Wetmore. And James West takes the penalty for the Bombers.
It's an interesting projection, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of yards, isn't it?
But when you consider Flutie had under 3,000 last year, that's a big change in one season.
Flutie is on the move again. Throwing into tight coverage. Whoa! I think Flutie came up with the ball. No. Hang on, it was interesting. About 4 Bombers had a chance at it.
Well, you're going to have a look at it here. Darren Flutie on the hook pattern. He's got to keep working back to the quarterback a little more. You see how quickly Rod Hill closed that separation, and now the fun starts. Tipped around. Everybody's got a shot at it.
Greg Battle caught it 5 times, Leaf.
Oh, Flutie.
Oh, he almost made the catch.
Had a great opportunity. Rod Hill clearly the victor on that play, and Darren Flutie has to work back to his brother a little harder to keep that separation that he's created.
2nd and 10. Lions from the 35. Doug Flutie stands in. Ray Alexander makes the catch. And he'll be very close to a first down. He's right on the line at the 45. That's where they get the spot. Well, that was some catch.
Ray Alexander is the main man in the BC offense. He's running the hook against the zone. Now he reads zone coverage. He has to work to an open spot. He's able to do that right in front of linebacker James West. And makes a nice catch to keep this drive going, but that's a little scary when you're coming in front of James West, but Ray Alexander's fearless on those ones.
Nice catch, and he's right on the first down marker. Lions first down when we return. BC Lions in the lead at 15-9. The Bombers have 3 field goals. The Lions have a couple of touchdowns.
CFL veteran coaches there, Bob Vespasiani and Great player Gene Gaines showing over some defensive strategy with their group. So far, they've done a good job. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers only 9 points here in the first half.
BC will be first and 10 at the 45 as play resumes into the final 3 minutes of the opening half. Lions are here after 2 straight wins over the Ottawa Roughriders last week, 56-29. Gord?
Coming up at halftime, we'll have a TSN Sports update, including Canada Cup highlights. Between the Lions looks at containing these running quarterbacks, and John and Leaf will have analysis of a pretty good first half.
Now the Lions first down from the 45. This is John Volpe. He's across the 50 for a 7-yard gain. Greg Battle slowed him down with help from Mike Graves. They list John Volpe as 5'7" in the program, but there's another fact out that says he's only 5'6 3/4. Spirited running back. He's done a great job for the Lions. Gain 7. This is 2nd and 3, and Volpe gets the call again. Look to be stopped. He gets the first down across the 55-yard line. McNeil and Greg Battle on the tackle. Lions drive continues now into Bomber territory, but barely. 54.5. Throw this time. One fake, has to hurry it. Matt Clark was the receiver along the sidelines, but Flutie had to rush the throw.
Super coverage by the Winnipeg secondary. You know, they too are asked to play a lot of man-to-man coverage because they also blitz a great deal, but there's our matchup. Rod Hill on Darren Flutie, and as he goes to the hook and go, Rod Hill is entitled to his territory. Some people might say that's interference. It's not. Darren Flutie ran into him, and Hill is entitled to his space on the field, and Flutie came into his area.
2nd and 10, Lions at midfield. Flutie more time, goes to the far side. Jay Christensen makes the catch, and it's a big one to keep the Lions rolling. 11-yard gain. Christensen had the first touchdown of the night.
Darren Flutie is getting quite an initiation into the CFL. Do you think they hold a little bit up here, Darren?
Every once in a while, Darrell Sampson covering out of there.
Emmanuel McNeil, who's playing the defensive end spot for Winnipeg, said before the game, too. He said holding is a part of the game plan up here. Everybody gets away with it.
Lions first and 10. John Volpe slowed at the line. He still grabs close to, well, about 2 yards, I guess. Maybe 3. To Doug Flutie has not seen much action as a BC Lion this season. From the 41. Flutie on 2nd and long. Volpe has it. First down. Lots to spare as Volpe gets down inside the 10. This is a great play, 32 yards.
Well, this is a great play for the BC Lions. Watch, everybody goes to the inside receivers, and that draws the whole Winnipeg defense. Volpe sneaks out, and a super job by Doug Flutie to get him the football against the blitz. Everybody goes to the inside. It leaves a huge area open for Volpe. There he is. Paul Randolph cannot get out to pick him up, and the BC Lions have a tremendous offensive play there. Good strategy. Create an opening for Volpe, get him the ball quickly.
Over 1,000 yards rushing and receiving this season for John Volpe, coming in over 700 yards rushing. That was a great play. 34-yard gain and tack on a Bomber penalty for objectionable conduct. And the BC Lions are right down at the Winnipeg 1. They get the 2-yard line.
It's been fun to watch this year. The BC Lion coaching staff, Bob Abilovich in particular, have put their faith in so many young rookies, and all the rookies have played so well for them. Guys like Volpe, Matt Clark, O.J. Brigance. All the guys that were question marks now have become bona fide stars.
The Lions have recruited well, looking for the touchdown here, and get it. Doug Flutie himself from 2 yards out. Owner Murray Pesum right into the celebration as Flutie follows Ian Sinclair into the end zone.
He needs his one block, really, and Sinclair didn't really have to block anybody, and Doug Flutie saw the huge opening in the middle of the Winnipeg front three, and that's about as easy as it will ever get for Doug Flutie.
Saglia. It's the point after as the BC Lions move in front of Winnipeg 22-9. That was an impressive drive. Flutie faced a lot of tough situations. Second and long.
Yeah, that's of course what the Winnipeg defense wants to do to him is second and long, but he hit it every time. The second down conversions tonight have been excellent. One good play, though, how they set up Volpe out of the backfield, taking everybody into the middle of the field.
Key catch by Alexander and a key catch by Christensen kept the drive alive.
Well, that's what they've been doing all season long. You know, you have to be so impressed. I certainly am by this receiving core of the BC Lions. Mike Trevathan, he's a young receiver that's not playing tonight, but he has made contributions this year. Raymond Etheridge has, so they have a lot of people.
Lee Hull on the return for the Bombers. He's got a good one going out across the 45. A 26-yard return.
That might have been the most time-consuming drive of the CFL season. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go 9 plays and 75 yards. John Volpe's 33-yard gain plus some penalties set up Doug Flutie's 2-yard run.
1:06 to play in the opening half with the Lions in front 22-9. Burgess and the Bombers. First and 10 at the 48. Burgess. Oh. Intended that for Larry Thompson.
Well, coaches will tell you that sacks are great, but what they want more than anything else is pressure. This time, pressure causes this ball not to be completed. With Stu Hill pulling on the leg of Tom Burgess, he couldn't get that much velocity on the football, and the BC Lions were able to recover in the secondary. But pressure is what the coaches want. If you get a sack, well, that's just an added bonus.
Even 60 seconds till halftime. Second and 10 for Burgess and the Bombers. Standing in, Rick House makes the catch. And he's inside the 45 to the 44. An 18-yard gain by the veteran Rick House.
Rick House reads it perfectly. Pretty soft coverage in the zone. Just curls it to the inside, and a pretty easy pass for Tom Burgess to complete.
53 seconds to go till the half is over. Burgess steps up and finds Thompson, dragged down by Jefferson. There's a penalty marker down.
This one will come back. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers cut for holding, and they really need a score. 22-9, and BC has all the momentum here.
Holding. Winnipeg number 64. Repeat first down.
Second time. Yeah. Second time for Bob Molly tonight.
That wipes out a 22-yard gain.
You're talking 10 yards for the holding penalty, 22 yards in the game. You're net 32 right there in a situation where I think it's really critical that Winnipeg scores.
First and 20. Burgess to Thompson. He couldn't hang on. Larry Thompson, the intended receiver, and coverage supplied by Chris Major, who was coming over, but Thompson was by himself for a split second at least.
Well, it's the second time tonight that he has read the coverage. He sees the zone there. Now he just gets in that open spot, but second time tonight that he's had a ball that he should have caught. I'm sure Larry Willis is sitting at home in Winnipeg saying, I would have had that one.
I'm sure he is.
You know he is.
I know he is. 39 seconds till halftime, 2nd and 20. Bombers at the BC 54. Winnipeg trailing 22-9. Burgess in desperation is picked off. Ken Petway, a former Blue Bomber, has the interception. That's his 5th of the season.
Well, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are trying to confuse BC by coming with all their receivers out of the backfield, but really BC, all they do is sit back in the zone coverage back in these areas, and once the receiver comes in here, they just react to the throw, and we'll let it run here. Ken Penway, I mean, he just sits back playing a deep zone coverage. Nothing's going to get behind him, so once the ball is thrown, now he reacts to it, and a poorly thrown ball to Larry Thompson and right into the hands of Petway, and that's nice for him to get one back at his former teammates.
27 seconds till the half. Burgess and the Bombers have struggled on offense. Doug Flutie has not. Alexander makes the catch, well short of the first down. Flutie ran a mile. James West.
He could tire out a front 7 who has to chase him all night in a hurry. The little,
that's cute.
Move to freeze Paul Randolph, and now all the way back across the field. Dale Rogers said it's like playing backyard football when you play against Doug Flutie. All I know is it's pretty effective.
Gain is 7 on a broken play. This could be the last play of the opening half. John Volpe will be a first down, and it will count on the stat sheet only. That is the end of the first half at BC Place. BC Lions started slowly, but then roared back late in the first quarter and all the way through the second to lead the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 22-9 at halftime.
Stand by 3 and EDO. Grab your lineup. Blue, fixes down. Where's first video?
From the Sky Dome to the King Dome, the Jays continue their drive for the pennant, and they take on the Mariners Monday, 10 Eastern. The Jays and the Mariners here on Real TV, TSN.
I notice you're always eating these bran flakes now.
Kellogg's bran flakes, yeah. They're good.
They're good?
Yeah, good. You know, like how some stuff is good for you but doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Some stuff that doesn't taste good is good for you.
Yeah.
Well, these aren't like that.
With less than a teaspoon of sugar per serving and an honest whole grain taste.
So these taste good, which is good.
Yeah.
And are good for you, which is also good.
Exactly.
That's good.
A simple game with simple rules. There's nowhere to hide, and once it begins, there's no stopping it. The intensity, the drama, the sheer excitement. Stand by, Canada. We're ready for kickoff. The Canadian Soccer League on TSN. Join us for exciting live CSL playoff action. We've got quarterfinal action Sunday, 1 Eastern. If it's great soccer action you want, it's here on TSN.
Welcome back to TSN Control, everyone. We'll send you back to BC Place momentarily. Right now, let's keep you abreast in the other scores in the CFL today. Ottawa visiting Hamilton, and the Hamilton fans really thrilled about the potential in this one. Pick it up in the second quarter. Hamilton leading 4-2. Mike Kerrigan drops back, airs it out to Jamie Morris. Morris, the great catch. He'd later bring it in for the major and give the Ticats an 11-2 lead. Now to the third quarter. 12-9 for the Ticats. Nick Mazzoli drops the punt initially, then picks it up, and now he's got some running room. Big hole up the middle, heads to the sidelines, and makes it all the way in. It's the foot race for 7. He wins the race, and it's 19-9 Hamilton. Now to the fourth quarter, 19-16 Ticats. Damon Allen scrambles, scrambles, scrambles. heads up field. Doesn't go out of bounds. Instead, he goes into the end zone. Riders take a 23-19 lead. Score was tied at 26 late in the fourth quarter. Damon Allen drops back, hits Bobby Gordon. Gordon stays in bounds. Somehow he keeps his feet in, scores. Ottawa leads 33-26, and Ottawa hangs on to win this one by a final score of 33-26, making it very tough on Hamilton's thoughts of making the playoffs. Canada Cup final underway. The best of three series. Canada against the U.S. Game number 1 at the Forum in Montreal tonight. And, of course, all eyes on Wayne Gretzky to see how he would perform. Canadian fans, signs all over the place. First period, Canada all over the U.S. Messier is stopped, but Eric Desjardins goes to the backhand over top of Richter. 1-0 Canada just 4 minutes into the game. Team Canada continues to play aggressively. McInnes is stopped. Gretzky to Larmer into the back of the net. Scores 2-0 Canada. Later in the second, something that is very scary. There's Wayne Gretzky, thrilled. Here's Wayne Gretzky in a lot of pain. Gary Suter slides up behind Gretzky at the boards. Is it boarding? I don't know. But one thing I can tell you, it's very dangerous. Wayne Gretzky has what the doctors are calling intense back spasms, left the game, never came back, no word on exactly how he is. Later in the game, Messier threads it through Richter's pads to make it 3-1 Canada. Canada would add another goal and won this one by a final score of 4-1. Canada leads the best of three series 1-0. In baseball action, the Blue Jays were 6-0 winners over the A's. The Red Sox 3-1 losers to the Yankees. That means the Blue Jays are now a full 4.5 games up on the Boston Red Sox. We're at the half at BC Place. The BC Lions leading Winnipeg 22-9.
The new Sonoma 4x4 features shift-on-the-fly four-wheel drive. Now you can get easy driving, even in driving rain. The 1991 Sonoma compact pickup from GMC Truck. Drive the 1991 S15 Jimmy with a towing capacity of up to 5,500 pounds. One fun ride leads to another. The 1991 S15 Jimmy from GMC Truck.
Hi, I'm Martin Short, and you remember Sparkle? We're here at Black's to illustrate the only way to stop photo finishing chemicals from going down the drain. Black System Crystal, please. When you ask for Black's exclusive System Crystal, you'll receive Black's big, beautiful prints and the protective purity water at no extra charge. If you'd like more details, ask for this brochure. All right, sing it, Spark. Remember? Black's is good. Remember how we rehearsed it?
Welcome back to the tarmac at the stadium at BC Place. They're throwing paper airplanes for cars and televisions, and there's thousands of them on the floor here at the stadium. So we'll try to keep them out of our ears for just now. Welcome back to halftime, everybody. I'm Gordon Miller. Doug Flutie's put on quite a show in the first half, running his brains out as he does every week. In fact, chasing the CFL scrambling quarterbacks is every defensive player's nightmare. That's the subject of Between the Lines.
One of the unique and certainly entertaining qualities of the Canadian Football League is its abundance of scrambling quarterbacks. The best of these would be BC's Doug Flutie.
Flutie steps up, finds running room.
And Edmonton's Tracy Ham. As scramblers, Ham and Flutie pressure defenses because they are a threat to pass or run.
It forces the defensive players to play a bit more, I guess you would say, pure defense. You're not able to freelance as much because your guy break away from you and make a big play.
While it's impossible to say who is a better scrambler, Ham or Flutie, interestingly, there is a difference in the way they scramble.
I tell you what, I'd rather play against a Tracy Ham more so than a Doug Flutie because Doug runs around to buy himself time to throw the ball downfield. But Tracy Ham, when he runs, he's running to get yards.
The Blue Bombers have yet to meet Ham and the Eskimos this season, but they have played Flutie.
The key is a D lineman and make sure they get upfield and stay patient. Also, as far as the defensive backs, they have to stay patient, especially in a zone cover where you don't have a particular man but a particular zone. When you have the quarterback running around, it's hard to stay in that zone when you're playing the quarterback.
Escapes and throws far side, and it's picked on.
We do it differently than just straight out contain. We come up and try to squeeze the pocket more so than contain the pocket.
Flutie from the shotgun on second down, and Flutie is down.
It's hard. You got to just have good players to be alert, play well, and just not ever give up and don't ever quit.
Oh! For a minute, and then he got crunched.
In the first game of the year between the Lions and Bombers, Flutie threw for over 400 yards. For tonight's game, Bomber head coach Darryl Rogers has come up with an unorthodox plan to contain Flutie.
Well, we're talking about bringing rifles and get him before the game ever started. I think that would be the most exciting way for us to get him, but I think there's laws against that at this point in time.
And to every paper airplane party, there is an aftermath. And these young people are going to clean up those who missed the mark. Before we go to break, let's ask you our CFL trivia question. Tom Burgess began his career in Ottawa in '86. He was traded to Saskatchewan for another quarterback. Who was he? The answer in a moment.
You should have seen this place a month ago.
Is this a great kitchen or what?
Hey, we're only doing for the kitchen what we did for ourselves.
Yeah, a little restoration.
Oh, come on. We started taking care, started exercising.
And then we started eating country crock.
Country crock is half the calories of regular margarine.
Well, half the calories, but all the taste.
And when you take care, you look better.
You feel better.
And what goes better in our country kitchen?
And try Country Crock spreadable cheese products with less fat and all the flavor. Country Crock, to help you take care.
Get ready for the wildest, wackiest rodeo you'll ever see. Quality Video is proud to present Buckin' Tough Rodeo Bloopers. This outstanding video cassette features stunts and performances from some of the world's most spectacular rodeos. From the amazing to the ridiculous. Riding, roping, wrestling rodeo action. Hold on to your hats, folks. You're in for one heck of a wild ride. Buckin' Tough Rodeo Bloopers. Saddle yourself up for the best rodeo action you'll ever see, all compiled on one incredible video cassette. This offers a must for any sports collection. Buckin' Broncos. Buckin' Bulls. Buckin' Tough. Buckin' Tough Rodeo Bloopers. Only from Quality Video. It's in stores now.
Bomber quarterback Tom Burgess began his career in Ottawa in '86. He was then traded to Saskatchewan for another quarterback. Who was that quarterback? I bet you knew this. Joe Pau, who is now the quarterback coach of the BC Lions. Well, I know two guys who knew the answer to that are standing by for an analysis of the first half. And here's John and Leaf with a look at what happened in the first 30 minutes.
All right, Gord, thank you. The Flutie factor definitely part of the opening half, but also the fact that the Blue Bombers couldn't finish. Leaf, they were inside the 25-yard line 3 times and came away with field goals.
Yeah, kind of frustrating for Winnipeg. On the other hand, I thought Doug Flutie did a nice job. He took advantage of his opportunities well, and although the Bombers got off to an early lead 6-1, it was Flutie who came right back downfield and put together a lovely drive, and there he beats the blitz personally, getting to the outside and waiting enough time for Jay Christensen to come across the field. There you see Dave Bavell could not stay with him coming all the way across. That was his 6th touchdown of the year and the first time in a game that BC held the lead.
Then a costly turnover as Robert Mims cops it up here.
A good hit by number 3, Ken Watson. He drove his helmet right through the football. You see it come loose. Gerald Bayless is there for the recovery, and it was very physical first half, and I think BC actually out-hit the Bombers.
That set up another BC touchdown. Nice little run by John Volpe.
Well, we talked about BC really taking advantage of other teams' mistakes this year, and Volpe caps off another nice drive on the turnover. 8 yards into the end zone, his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Although he only had 42 yards in the first half on the ground, I thought John Volpe was a pretty good factor and a nice way for Doug Flutie to change the pace, not always having to throw the ball.
It was all the BC Lions in the opening half here at BC Place. And as we head to the second half, the Lions come out with a 22-9 lead on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on our TSN Game of the Week.
In 1891, Canadian Dr. James Naismith had an idea. 100 years later, TSN is proud to be official sponsor of the Canadian postage stamp commemorating the invention of basketball. Watch for it this fall.
Wake up, hey Canada, wake up, today is on McCain Day.
What's the secret of McCain's richer tasting juice? More oranges. McCain concentrates the juice of more oranges into every can. More than Minute Maid, more than Old South. So you have a special reason to buy McCain.
You bet I do.
It's like an extra squeeze of juice in every glass. So compared to Minute Maid and Old South, you have an extra reason to drink McCain.
You bet I do.
Wake up to McCain.
NTN's interactive games put you in the middle of televised sporting events, and you call the shots live. Football strategy with QB1. Predict goals scored with power play hockey. Step to the plate with Diamond Ball, and challenge your knowledge with NTN Trivia. Compete against your friends and opponents across the NTN network. Now you can play in the majors for real. Now playing in licensed locations across Canada, Diamond Ball. For more information, call 1-800-661-PLAY.
Winnipeg's Troy Westwood got his CFL career off to a good start. His first field goal from 22 yards out made it 3-0 in favor of the Bombers. After a single, it was Westwood again from 22 to make it 6-1. Then the first touchdown of the game, Doug Flutie to Jay Christensen from 13 yards out, and BC took the lead by a count of 8-6. Second quarter, John Volpe from 8 yards out extended that lead to 15-6. Then it was Westwood again, his third field goal of the first half, this time from 25 yards out. 15-9 in favor of the Bombers. And then late in the first half, Doug Flutie on the quarterback sneak from 2 yards out. And that's where we are now. BC leading 22-9 heading into the third quarter.
And we're ready for the kickoff, Gord, with Lou Pasaglia lined up at his 30-yard line. Interesting formation that the Lions used. They used it earlier. Pasaglia bouncing near the 25. It's over Lee Hull and goes to Larry Thompson. And across the 30 to the 32. An 18-yard return. Lorenzo Graham and Spencer McLennan leading the BC tacklers.
I think really important for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to try and get back into this game early in the third quarter. They really have not had a great deal of success on offense tonight. I mean, they only trail 22-9, so certainly the game is well within their reach, but I think the third quarter critical for them to try and establish some kind of offensive pattern.
Burgess for Robert Mims, and Mims, good speed out across the 55, stopped short of the 50 by Bayless. A 26-yard gain, and that's exactly what the Blue Bombers needed.
A screen to Robert Mims, and David Black, number 51, the right guard, is out in front of him. Really, to me, the most interesting thing is Bayless caught him from behind. That's exactly.
Numbers on the quarterbacks, rather interesting so far. We'll check that out in a minute. 15:08 to go, third quarter. Bombers first and 10 at the 52. Trailing 22-9. Burgess stands in, complete to Lee Hull. Another Winnipeg first down. Stopped just short of the 35. Burgess struggled for a while. Here are the numbers so far. 9 of 22, 167 for Burgess. The interception really not a factor. Doug Flutie, 11 of 19 for 147 yards. Flutie started slowly the first couple of offensive sequences, but the team rolling after that. He has a touchdown himself from 2 yards out. First and 10 Bombers from the 36. Robert Mims. And he stopped at the 30. 6-yard gain for Mims.
That's the third time tonight that the Blue Bombers have run the screen. One to Hudson and now a couple to Robert Mims here in the third quarter. I think it's interesting strategy. Obviously, they feel that the BC Lion front four is getting a lot of pressure on Tom Burgess. So one way to combat that pressure is to just dump the screen over top of the on-rushing lineman. A good block by Bob Molly initially, and Robert Mims has some good yardage on first down.
Second and 4. Fake to Mims this time, and pressure on Burgess, forced to throw to Hudson to be low.
Third quarter statistics brought to you by General Motors. After one half, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are trailing in most categories, including net yards, rushing yards. The only place they have the advantage is in yards passing. But the turnovers, 2 of them, have made a major difference in the football game so far.
The fumble by Robert Mims being the key. The Lions scored a touchdown quickly after that. 37-yard field goal try now for Troy Westwood in his debut in professional football. 3 for 3. Wide on this one. Longest try of the night, and Troy Westwood comes up short on that one. .27 left in the third quarter. It's 22-10, BC leading Winnipeg. Talked about Cameron adjusting to a left-footed kicker.
I think the biggest thing Cameron has to worry about is getting his right hand out of the way. He likes to hold it with his left, and it looked like a very good hold there for Troy Westwood, but it's Bob Cameron's right hand. I used to be the holder. I've had my offhand kicked by the kicker if you don't get it out of the way. Bob Cameron switching over to a left-footed kicker might have a little problem. So far tonight, I think he's done a good job holding for Westwood.
Lions lead it by 12. BC first and 10 at the 35. Fake to Volpe, and this is Clark coming around on a reverse. It'll be a first down as Clark is wrestled to the ground by Les Brown.
Well, they fooled the Winnipeg defense. They had them all going one way, and here comes Matt Clark back around the other side. And absolutely outruns Bobby Evans right here. Bobby Evans usually a much better tackler than that, but a little bit of trickery nets 12 yards for the BC Lions.
First and 10 Lions now at the 47. This is Chris Skinner. Met by James West after a 3-yard gain. Greg Battle is also there. Two pretty good runners in this game. And here's how they stack up. Mims, who leads the CFL in rushing so far this season. No touchdowns, 27 yards and 8 carries. Volpe leading the way a little bit. Had a great gain late in the second quarter. Far side of the field. Flutie to Flutie. And Darren Flutie escapes a couple of tacklers before he's forced out by Greg Battle. 30-yard gain. The Flutie factor.
Safety blitz was coming. Doug Flutie knew he'd have 1-on-1 on the outside, and his brother Darren just on a quick out and a good delivery, and he's had a couple of nice moves after he's caught the football tonight against Rod Hill, and I think the matchup's pretty close for the evening. Of course, that one, Darren Flutie won it, but for the whole night, I think it's pretty close.
This time, Darren Flutie comes to the near side of the field. It is first and 10 for the Lions after a 30-yard gain from the Winnipeg 30. Doug Flutie. Far side for his favorite target, Ray Alexander, away from one tackle. Alexander still going. Inside the 5. Bombers were victimized. 27 yards for Ray Alexander. Sloppy tackling by the Blue Bombers.
Pretty nifty move by Alexander. Watch, he works to the inside and then the pirouette back to the outside. That is difficult to cover, and then the fun starts. Some pretty good moves right there to get around Greg Battle and some desire to really want to get into the end zone. And it's not only a great pass pattern that he ran, but some nice extra effort to pick up more yardage. That's why he is the #1 receiver in the CFL right now.
First and goal to go for the Lions at the Bomber 3. Flutie himself, second touchdown of the night. Touchdown from 2 yards out, a straight plunge. Flutie looked pretty sharp on this.
BC Lions introduced this to the offense a few weeks ago and had some success with it against Ottawa. Here, Flutie cuts back up to the inside, and he has his second touchdown of the night, and that was a magnificent drive. Third time tonight that they have really put some good scoring drives together, resulting in touchdowns.
Lou Pasaglia, one more convert for his league-leading total. And with 9:28 to play in the third quarter, the BC Lions move in front of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers at 29-10.
Some clubs just exude quality, longevity, and precision. Well, the Sears Club is no different, because every time you use your Sears card, you collect points that can be redeemed for almost anything in the store or catalog, where you'll find some real quality, longevity, and precision. Welcome to the club.
Big gains by Darren Flutie, and Ray Alexander set up the touchdown run by Doug Flutie out of the option. What surprised the Blue Bombers on that play was that Flutie kept the ball. When they practiced against the option all week long, they hadn't seen Flutie run it yet, so they were looking for the running back to get the ball.
Well, Paul Randolph, the linebacker, dictates who gets the football. If he takes Flutie, he pitches it. If he goes to the running back Volpe, then Flutie has to run it. That's what happened, and there was a good opening to the inside, so Flutie cut inside Randolph and scored.
Caravana kicking out for Thompson. Pretty good return for Larry Thompson out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. 33 yards after a 65-yard kickoff. Lead it 29-10 on touchdown drives of 74, 28, 75, and 75.
They've done a good job offensively moving the football tonight. We talked about Winnipeg in the third quarter being critical for them. Now each series becomes more and more critical. They trail by 19, and they can't afford to let themselves get any farther behind this BC Lion football team.
Bombers have to answer with a touchdown. Tipped away. Jefferson.
Really get the feeling that this BC Lion club is coming together unbelievably. 6-4, you know, they have a chance tonight to grab a share of first place in the West. Of course, Calgary, who leads, will play tomorrow, but this is a young club that has matured in a hurry under Bob Obilovich.
The key roster additions we've talked about. On defense, O.J. Brigance is one. It'll be 2nd and 10. Cool, reliable Rick House, and that should net the Bombers a first down.
He's more or less lost his starting job to the younger fellow, Rob Crefo, but still getting a chance to come in and contribute throughout a game, and that time in a much-needed situation makes the catch, and just enough for a first down.
He's made a couple of first down catches tonight in crucial situations for Winnipeg. This is Robert Mims. Brigance slowed him down. Cornell Mayo was also there, number 70. The gain is 4.
In most cases, to get the running game going, you have to take care of the middle linebacker. You have to get the block. Now, initially they do with Steve Rhoda Huskers coming all the way across the field, but the BC defense is such a swarming defense tonight. Although they took care of the middle linebacker, there's a whole bunch of other guys there, and they have really done a number on that Winnipeg running game tonight.
2nd and 6 for the Bombers now at the Winnipeg 52. Burgess over the middle for Strader. That'll be a first down as he crosses the 45. 26 receptions, 418 yards coming into the game. 3 catches for Streeter tonight.
A team that normally likes to run the football, the Bombers just have not been able to get on track tonight. Robert Mims, the leading rusher in the league, and that is not his normal production.
Mims already over 1,000 yards on the season coming into this. 1st and 10, Winnipeg. One-handed catch by Robert Mims. Stopped short of the first down at the 36. 9-yard gain. Nifty little catch here by Mims.
It really was. Rick House picked Robert Mims' man in the middle, number 51, Rob. Bruce Holmes initially, and BC Lions still good enough to react up and keep things short of the first down.
They call it an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 8 Bombers. 2nd and 2 Bombers. Mims has the first down. Inside the 20. Mims still going as he gets inside the 15. And the BC defense finally stopped them there. Stuart Hill. Chris Major in on the tackle after a 21-yard gain.
Good lead block by number 37, Warren Hudson. There it is on Ken Watson, 51. David Black gets a good block on Bruce Holmes. That creates an enormous hole for Robert Mims to run through, but talk about Warren Hudson, his blocking ability that time. Good block to set Mims free.
Hudson stopped by Brigance.
It's always best to try and get lucky and run the screen against a zone defense. When you're running against man-to-man, that means a linebacker has your back in close coverage, and that was the case right there. O.J. Brigance had Hudson in man-to-man coverage, and he was there just as the ball arrived.
Pretty good numbers for a rookie in the lineup. 51 tackles to lead the team. Gain is 2, 2nd and 8 facing Winnipeg. Looking to the end zone for Crepo. It was tipped by Holmes. Again, a Bomber drive stalls, and Winnipeg will settle for a field goal try. Former Ottawa Rough Rider Bruce Holmes has made a difference in the middle for the Lions over the last couple of weeks.
Pretty intimidating guy, 6'3", 235 pounds, and one of the nastier linebackers in the league.
Troy Westwood from 20 yards away. And he has accounted for all the Bombers scoring. Lions continue to lead. It's now 29-13 as the Bombers settle for a field goal. But a touchdown would have helped out.
Honey, I need the keys to lock the door.
Oh, Mommy's bag. Watch you lock the door.
Why can't someone in Spencer lock it? Self-locking.
Weiser just did. New lightning bolt from Weiser. Simply open the door and set the bolt, close, and the security deadbolt automatically locks the door behind you. No fuss, no bother, convenience with security. Lightning bolt, another quality Weiser product. Available at building supply dealers, home centers, and hardware stores.
NTN's interactive games put you in the middle of televised sporting events, and you call the shots live. Football strategy with QB1. Predict goals scored with power play hockey. Step to the plate with Diamond Ball, and challenge your knowledge with NTN Trivia. Compete against your friends and opponents across the NTN network. Now you can play in the majors for Reno. Now playing in licensed locations across Canada, Diamond Ball. For more information, call 1-800-661-PLAY.
So far, the BC Lions have dominated our game of the week from BC Place, leading Winnipeg 29-13. The Lions have vastly improved football club since last year, and recruiting has really helped out. O.J. Brigance leading the team in tackles. Linnell Mayo leading the team in sacks. This is top rookies in the Canadian Football League and actually leading the entire league. Volpe in rushes, Matt Clark in receptions. So 4 Lions leading in rookie category.
Well, they went out on a huge limb this year with all the rookies they decided to play, and They have been rewarded with some tremendous performances. O.J. Brigance, you see right there, has had a super year.
This is Darren Flutie. On the return for the Lions, a penalty marker down as Flutie runs into trouble about the 33. 15 yards to return. Darren and Doug played together for 1 year at Boston College.
Illegal block. BC number 90. First down.
Talking to the Bomber defensive coaches, their team has two problems. One, they haven't forced any turnovers, and two, Emmanuel McNeil, playing in only his second CFL game, is over pursuing. He's playing it like he's in the NFL, and Flutie's eating him up inside.
Good observation. 4:09 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 for Doug Flutie and the Lions. Alexander has the catch. No, they say he trapped it. Made it look close. Straight 200-yard games for Doug Flutie. 204 yards so far.
You know, Gordy talked about the problems that the Winnipeg defense is facing. I think the biggest problem they've had tonight is they just have not been able to put a great deal of pressure on Doug Flutie. No sacks, and the fact that the BC Lions protect the quarterback the best in the league is really evident tonight because the Winnipeg Blue Bombers just have not been able to get to Flutie at all.
2nd and 10, the Lions from the 20. Flutie trying to escape. Passing on the run. James West got it right in the tummy.
Well, one of the few times tonight that they do, in fact, get pressure on Doug Flutie, but he is so fast. I mean, how many times do you see quarterbacks run away from Greg Battle? That's the case right there, and Flutie kind of lucky that that wasn't picked up, but I think James West was the most surprised guy in the park when he got it right in the stomach.
My job. Yeah.
Lou Pasaglia is standing at his 5. Larry Thompson on the return. Bombers will have good field position. Thompson just shy of midfield with a 9-yard return. Following tonight's game, the TSN Turning Points will be brought to you by Apple Auto Glass.
Apple Auto Glass, the pick of the crop.
Before it spreads and really costs you, get Apple's guaranteed stone chip windshield repairs. Just call
Apple Auto Glass,
the pick of the crop.
Tom Burgess and the Blue Bombers in a bit of a hole, trailing 29-13. 1st and 10, Winnipeg. Streeter makes the catch. Short of the first down. Stopped near the 50. Gain is 6. Ken Watson covering on Eric Streeter.
The best year that Eric Streeter ever had was right here as a BC Lion back in 1989 when he had 76 catches and went over the 1,000-yard mark. Has not been able to duplicate that as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
2nd and 4, Winnipeg now. Burgess near side, and House makes the catch. It'll be a first down. When a quarterback gets in trouble, he looks to that veteran every once in a while, and House has come up with 3 catches tonight that have been rather important to Winnipeg's progress.
Tommy Burgess looked like a Tom Clements on that play, I thought, as he rolled out to his right side. And Tommy used to kind of jump in the air a little bit when he threw it, and you saw Tom Burgess really do the same thing there. Left his feet to complete that pass to Rick House.
2:11 to go, third quarter. Bombers 1st and 10. This is Robert Mims. Mims gets to the 30. Stopped by Keith Pohl, number 91. He's a newcomer to the Lions, playing his 2nd game in Texas, El Paso. Mims picks up 7. Dietrich Wise lost his job to this gentleman. Always just a little bit faster, they say. Robert Mims on 2nd and 3, and should have enough for the first down. Yes, he'll have plenty. Gain is 6.
That's the same play he broke a few series ago for a long run in a short yardage situation. But the Winnipeg offensive line is such a mammoth group, and with Warren Hudson and Greg Battle coming in for a little extra blocking, I mean, that's a pretty big group, and they just get a good solid push on the defense, and Robert Mims just sneaks in behind it.
Final minute now, third quarter, 1st and 10 for the Bombers at the 29, and Mims gets the call again. As the Bomber drive continues, Mims brought down by O.J. Brigance after 6. BC leading 29-13. Final 20 seconds now, third quarter. 2nd and 4, Winnipeg. Burgess stands in. No catch. Matt Pierce. One bounce off the turf. So again, the Bombers drive dies inside the 25.
Well, he was wide open, too. Robert Mims had taken himself out of the game for a little breather, tired, and Matt Pierce comes in, and he's been able to hang on to that football. He had all kinds of running room out there, but he cannot. And once again, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are forced to attempt a field goal.
Troy Westwood good on 4 of 5 so far. Wide again. So he's missed 2. Westwood has missed 2. The Bombers haven't been in the end zone so far and trail the BC Lions 29-14 after
3. Welcome back to TSN Control, everyone. I'm Gino Reda. Send you back to BC Place momentarily, but right now let's check in on some baseball action. Skydome in Toronto, the Blue Jays hosting the A's. Bottom of the 4th, Jays open the scoring. John Olerud, a shot to center field. It goes off the wall. Alomar and Gruber were on. They'll score, and it's 2-0 for the Blue Jays. Still on the 4th, bases loaded for Eddie Zosky, and the rookie comes through with a base hit. Olerud and Maldonado both come in to score, and the Blue Jays take a comfortable 4-0 lead. Meanwhile, Tom Candiotti tossing a shutout. K's Lance Blankenship still 4-0 Toronto after 5.5. Bottom of the 6th inning, Candy Maldonado, the next batter, blasts this one to left. A solo shot, his 10th homer of the season, gives the Jays a 5-0 lead. Then in the 7th inning, a milestone. Joe Carter goes deep as well, his 33rd round tripper of the season, his 23rd at the Skydome in Toronto, ties a club record for home runs at the Skydome. Toronto hangs on to win it by a score of 6-0. Other good news, the fact the Red Sox were losers on the day. That means the Blue Jays now have a 4.5-game lead over the Boston Red Sox. In Canada Cup hockey action, the Canada Cup final now underway. The game number 1 of the best-of-3 series goes to Team Canada. They defeated Team USA by a score of 4-1. The bad news, though, is Wayne Gretzky left with some back spasms. In other football action, it was Ottawa over Hamilton by a score of 33-26. That was earlier today. Right now, let's go back to John Wells at BC Place.
Welcome back to BC Place, where the Lions continue to dominate the Blue Bombers. It's 29-14 as the 4th quarter begins. Lions looking for their 3rd straight win and their 2nd victory of the season over the Bombers back in week 2. BC won 26-23 in an overtime showdown in Winnipeg. 1st and 10 for Flutie and the Lions. Matt Clark should have a first down. He's forced out near the 45.
As the 4th quarter begins, we look at statistics for 3 quarters brought to you by General Motors, and Winnipeg with the lead in net yards but unable to take advantage. A couple of missed field goals have cost them. They've also had the edge in possessions, but they still haven't forced the BC Lions to turn the ball over.
Doug Flutie continues with a hot hand for the Lions. They'll measure to see if Matt Clark had the necessary yardage. Fourth quarter just underway.
Well, John, to me, what's really fun to watch is the confidence level of Doug Flutie this year. Last year, certainly a learning process for him in the 16 games that he played in. But this year, and every time he walks on the field, he just exudes that confidence. And you just see it in his eyes that, you know, he feels like his offense is going to be successful. And they truly have been this year. Of course, #1 offense in the league.
Deep pitch to John Volpe. First down, Volpe is stopped after a gain of 2, and there's a penalty marker down.
Holding. BC number 20. Reprieve first.
That's Chris Skinner.
Okay, here comes Skinner on Ty Jones, and he just wrestles him to the turf. Pretty easy call for the officials to make, but you know, Ty Jones back in his first game there's the holding right there. I mean, that is a good tackle, and the officials held it. Tyrone Jones, and chatting with him before the game, he told me, he said, Leaf, I am not a happy guy in Winnipeg. In fact, he said, I'm not happy with management, and I want out. I want to be traded next year, and I want to go to the Eastern Conference.
Well, he's already in the Eastern Conference. I guess he wants to go to Toronto or something.
He still thinks he's in the West with Winnipeg. No, he wants to go to either Hamilton, Ottawa, or Toronto. He made no bones about it. He said, I want out of Winnipeg. He said, you know, like Mark Messier's had his time with Edmonton, and he wants out. I'm the same way in Winnipeg. I've played here long enough, and next year, I want to play somewhere else. They got to trade me.
A distinguished CFL career of 8 seasons for Tyrone Jones. He's just back in the lineup for the first time tonight. First time since week 2. First and 20 facing Flutie and the Lions. Good fake. And he finds brother Darren with a great catch out near the 55. 25 yards the game. The Lions needed 20.
Once again, good protection up front for Doug Flutie to have this amount of time to allow Darren to go down about 18 yards and work to the end. That is a good disciplined pass pattern. That's what we were told about him. Doug told me, he said, look, my brother runs very disciplined pass routes. He has good experience from his NFL days, and he will contribute to this football team. And still pretty close matchup, but that certainly was a nice in pattern.
Second and less than a yard, the Lions should have their first down. They'll measure, though. 12:51 to go, fourth quarter. There is enough for the BC Lions first down.
Well, Darren Flutie's had 3 catches tonight, and for the most part has looked pretty good, but it has not been all that much fun for him tonight. You get standing around, and this is what Dave Bavell will do to you. Not really legal right there, but welcome to the Canadian Football League.
Yes, welcome, Darren. 3 catches, 63 yards so far. First down, BC. Now Doug Flutie. Under great pursuits. And Darren coming back for the ball. It was well underthrown. Randolph and West.
We talked about Darren Flutie and the fact that he is a disciplined receiver, and he shows it right here. He sees his brother in huge amount of trouble with the blitz coming, but he does his best to work back towards Doug Flutie and create an opening for him to get the ball in. Now the ball was short, but shows you that Darren Flutie has some very good instincts as a receiver.
Second and 10 for the Lions. Flutie gets away again. Matt Clark. Great catch. Stopped by Ty Jones. 13 yards the game.
Well, we talked about the fact that the BC Lion offensive line is the best offensive line at not allowing sacks, but I think it's more or less the play of Doug Flutie. Look how he escapes the pass rush and finally finds Matt Clark open over the middle, and boy, he sure can make his offensive line look good at times.
Lion drive continues with a first down at the 42. BC leading 29-14. Volpe is tossed back by Emmanuel McNeil. 0 the game. Doug Flutie, the #1 passer in the CFL, with 3,570 yards coming into the game tonight. #1 receiver. He's the leading receiver in yards. Ray Alexander, 4,000. Couple of good catches tonight. Flutie with all kinds of time. Now Randolph comes away. Flutie runs into the referee and lost the ball. An amazing play. It's a fumble.
Well, Doug Flutie's really upset, and I don't blame him. I mean, you watch now, he gets flushed out of the pocket, and as he spins and goes backwards, he's going to run into the head referee, Jake Ireland, right about there. And it hits Jake's rump. The ball comes loose, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have their first turnover of the night in kind of a very unusual way.
Doug Flutie a little bit upset at the turn of events as he turns the ball over to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers after a collision with Jake Ireland.
For 5 straight years, the full-size pickup from GMC Truck has retained more of its original value than any other in Canada. That's why the popularity of the Sierra is growing faster than any other full-size pickup. And we intend to keep it that way in '91 with the new Sierras. The 1991 Sierra full-size pickup from GMC Truck.
BC Lions have turned it over for the first time tonight as Doug Flutie ran into the head referee, Jake Ireland. Anybody at fault here, Leaf?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, Flutie runs all over the field, and it's a very unfortunate fumble, but certainly not Jake Ireland's fault. It's not Doug Flutie's fault. It's just one of those things. Might pick the Bombers up, though. That's a pretty nice break.
This is Warren Hudson on first down, Winnipeg, after the turnover. The Lion defense plays it tough. The gain is 2. Here's part of the story of the game, Leaf. The Bombers have been within the 30-yard line 6 times and come away with just 14 points. No touchdowns.
Well, I think as they look back on this game, and certainly there's plenty of time remaining, they will say that we had our opportunities. Nobody to blame but ourselves if we, in fact, do not win this one.
2nd and 8. Burgess. Brought down. Nice tackle by Bruce Holmes. The gain is 4. The Bombers come up short again.
Well, we've talked about so many areas that the BC Lions are improved, and another one is their team speed. They are a lot quicker in 1991 than they were a year ago, and although Stuart Hill does not get the sack, he gets good pressure and forces Burgess up into the pocket, and then we've got some speedy linebackers to run him down. And number 51, Bruce Holmes, will come into your picture right there, and a good tackle to once again stop the Winnipeg Blue Bombers as they were driving. Well, they weren't really driving. They got the turnover and can't convert it.
It's his 7th opportunity. And this one is good. 5 of 7 field goals. Yards, and it's 29-17. BC leading the Bombers. Still with lots of time to go, the Bombers can find a way to get into the end zone. So far, that's been impossible.
Well, as you look at this game, you really feel like that the BC Lions have been in control for most of the game, but Winnipeg Blue Bombers, although they have not scored a touchdown, certainly have done their best to chip away at the BC lead.
9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Blue Bombers have not had a terrific record here at BC Place, winning just 3 and losing 9 games against the Lions. Darrell Rogers is a college coach, had a record of 129 wins, 84 losses, 7 ties. Most notable years with Arizona and Michigan. This is Lorenzo Graham. And the Lions will begin out near the 32 after a 23-yard return by Graham. Hard to figure out that play when you're looking at it upside down. Doesn't need a whole bunch of coaching on looking at his performance here tonight. What a good game. 1st and 10. Doug Flutie and the Lions at the 34. This is John Volpe somehow coming through the crowd and finding the 40-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
And a big hit at the end of that 6-yard gain by number 29, Dave Pavel. We've talked about him. There's no question in my mind he is the most physical safety in the Canadian Football League right now, and you're going to see it right here. Boom. He squares up to the ball carrier and delivers a pretty good ball. Yeah, he is kind of nasty looking, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. First game back, he missed 8. Second and 4. And a time count violation goes against the Lions.
Doug Flutie trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see him calling out some signals to his wide receivers, and he took just a fraction too long.
Time count violation. BC number 22. Still 2nd down.
Not a good penalty to take. You know, the Bombers only trail by 12, and what was a good situation on 2nd down now becomes a more tenuous one as they have to convert it 9 yards now instead of 4.
2nd and 9. Lions back to the 35. Flutie steps up. Jay Christensen, the intended receiver. Darrell Sampson was covering. So the Lions are forced to kick it away. 29-17, BC leading.
Well, you know, you talk about the Winnipeg defense, and you certainly focus on guys like Ty Jones and James West, Dave Pavel, and so forth, but quietly, Darrell Sampson each week does a very, very good job. One-on-one coverage that time all over Jay Christensen.
8:14 to go, 4th quarter. Luke Bisaglia. And this is Larry Thompson on the dead run. Thompson away from one. He's out of midfield, so the Bombers have great field position after a 13-yard return. Winnipeg running out of time, but there's still 8:03 to go in the 4th. The Bombers trail 29-17.
Super crisp, super spirals. McCain, what have you done to my fries?
We've spiced them up.
All right.
We've crisped them up. Brilliant. We've even curled them up. Excellent. McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of crispy, crunchy, super spicy satisfaction. Straight ahead or curled around. New Super Crisps and Super Spirals from McCain. You'll love what we've done to your fries.
TSN brings you the toughest of them all. 2 kilometers round the lake, 90K pushing harder. And if you have anything left for the final kick, a 21K run. The Canadian Long Course Championship. It's the ultimate test of fitness, of stamina. You've got to know how to pace and when to go for the kill. The Canadian Long Course Championship, part of the Teleglobe Triathlon Series, Monday, 7 Eastern.
Are we having fun yet?
On TSN.
We'll jump on an early plane tomorrow and go to McMahon Stadium in Calgary, where the Stampeders will play host to the Toronto Argonauts at 3:30 Eastern Time. They're expecting 30,000 plus at McMahon tomorrow in the battle between the top 2 teams in the CFL. And Wally Buono isn't saying who he's going to start at quarterback just yet, but Gil Renfro may very well be the man to get the call against his former team.
And one final is in from earlier this day in the CFL with Ottawa downing Hamilton 33-26. Ottawa's record now 5-6. Just 2 points back of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And the Bombers with 7:59 to go here. 1st and 10 at the 54. Trailing 29-17. Burgess almost intercepted. He intended that for Grifo, and Bruce Holmes had a shot at the interception.
A lot of speed in that BC Lion linebacking core, and that certainly gives them opportunities to get to the football. Bruce Holmes and O.J. Brigance so quick out there, and Paul Wetmore is also a nice complement to that trio.
Burgess has put up some decent numbers, but he hasn't had a touchdown yet. 2nd and 10. Burgess goes long. Grifo was the intended receiver. And Watson, number 3, was with him.
Here's Rob Grifo at the top of your screen. He's going to take it right down, and Andrew Thomas should get over and give some help to Kenny Watson. He doesn't quite get there in time, and this is a ball that should have been caught. You get into crunch time in the 4th quarter, and you have to come up with the big plays. And it looked as though Rob Grifo initially got in behind Ken Watson, and that ball cannot be thrown any better. Right on the money. Bombers have had their chances tonight.
Bob Cameron has only punted twice. Darren Flutie on the return, and he's tripped up by the first tackler down. Bert Cummings, 5-yard return, a 50-yard. Cameron punts. 29-17. The Lions lead the Blue Bombers with 7:10 to play in the 4th quarter at BC Place.
Over 50 million people in America smoke. Almost all would quit if they could find a way.
Stopping cold turkey was impossible.
I didn't believe that there was a way I could do it without going back to smoking again, as I had before.
This LifeSign computer will help them withdraw from nicotine gradually.
If you want to quit, LifeSign's a program that'll help you do it.
Because you think you can't do it, but you can. You really can. It was easy.
LifeSign is an award-winning system that has been proven effective. This remarkable computer designs a program to take you off cigarettes at a pace that's just right for you. Call now and save $10. You get the complete LifeSign system, the computer, 48-page program guide, even a free telephone support hotline, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Credit card customers can pay in 4 easy installments of only $19.95. Call now and save $10.
I just can't believe it. It does work.
It's a TSN fact. The first artificial turf in Canada was installed at Empire Stadium in 1970. Now only one CFL stadium has natural grass. Commonwealth in Edmonton. And you know, the trend in the NFL is to go back to natural grass. Places like Chicago, San Francisco have done it. Be a nice trend here. Of course, not a BC Place, because I don't think it grows indoors yet, does it?
Well, you might have to put up those fancy grow lights or something. But I don't think it does grow indoors. Darryl Rogers facing a difficult situation here right now, trailing 29-17. Bombers record 6-4 under Rogers in his first year in the CFL.
John, you know, in the past, the Winnipeg defenses have been able to take control of a game, and turn the ball over for their offense, and here is a wonderful opportunity. BC backed up, and a critical point for the Winnipeg defense. They have to get something going.
It's only a 12-point differential. John Volpe carries. The gain is 5. $41,285 on hand here tonight.
It's a nervous time of the game for Bob Obilovich. I mean, he knows that this thing is not in the bag. They lead by 12, but this offense is backed up and has a very important second down conversion here.
2nd and 5. Flutie is hit as he throws, and it's picked off. The Bombers have a turnover. Penalty markers are down as Tyrone Jones makes his return. First time that Jones has been back in the lineup since week 1. He missed 9 games. Check out the penalty infraction here. They have to wait a moment until they decide exactly what the markers indicated.
Major foul. Face mask. Winnipeg number 10. Holding. BC number 10. Number 55. First down.
Well, that is a huge turn of events. Darryl Rogers can't believe it. There you're going to see Rod Hill right there in a face mask, and he does get the hand up there. But what a turn of events that is. An interception by Ty Jones. Darryl Rogers just cannot believe his bad luck.
So instead of the interception, the Lions have a first down.
And Bob Obilovich takes a breath and a sigh of relief.
Flutie for Matt Clark. Sampson can't catch him. 89 yards. Dramatic stuff.
That's unbelievable. An interception that doesn't count for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And then, of course, on the next play, there is Matt Clark. He gets in behind the middle safety, David Bovell, and Daryl Sampson, who had man-to-man coverage on him, cannot stay with him or catch him from behind. And an electrifying play here for the BC Lions when they were backed up. They score in a hurry. Dave Bovell is in the middle. He has to play center field, and he just cannot stay with Matt Clark. It's his first game back, and he got caught.
89 yards. Luke Lasaglia will add to the BC total. 36-17. He's made quite an impact in his first year in the Canadian Football League. Matt Clark out of Montana. 7 touchdown catches. Over 800 yards receiving.
Catch. He is 4 for 125 tonight in the 1 touchdown. He goes over the 900-yard mark, so he will undoubtedly have 1,000 yards on the season. Yeah, he's talking about Montana. That's where he's from. He's the 3rd all-time leading receiver in Montana history.
He was born in Calgary, though.
Yes, he was. He has made an unbelievable impact in this receiving corps this year as a rookie. There you see his numbers on this evening.
36-17, the Lions can rest a little bit more easily now.
Rod Hill again.
Julio Caravana. This is Larry Thompson. Great speed. Caravana slowed him down, and Thompson bounces to the turf around midfield. A 50-yard return after a 60-yard kickoff.
Nice work by Larry Thompson, and some pretty good speed to get up to the inside. Paul Randolph, 36, good block there to spring him finally loose, but Julio Caravana, I thought, made a nice play here to make the tackle.
Do you know who his high school coach was?
I have a feeling I'm going to find out.
TSN commentator Gino Reda coached Julio Caravana in high school in Toronto. Julio told me before the game that Gino wanted to make him a running back, but he stayed a kicker and quarterback.
Maybe that's why Gino's not coaching anymore.
Well, Gino lost his job coaching, yeah. 5:34 to go. Clipping forces the Bombers way back. After the Thompson return, 1st and 10, Winnipeg. Burgess airs this one out for Lee Hull. Couldn't quite hang on. 36-17, the Lions in control. Bomber problems continue.
Tom Burgess realizes that he has to come up with some big plays in a hurry. He goes for the bomb to Lee Hull, and good coverage back deep in the BC Lions secondary. They realize this too. They know that at this point in time, leading 36-17, they cannot give up the big plays, so the secondary will be playing a little softer than they normally do.
Burgess around the right side, throwing on the run. And Rick House makes the catch at the 35. 24 yards. Quietly, Rick House has gone about having a decent evening. 5 receptions for 71 yards. At least 4 on 2nd and long situations. This is Warren Hudson. Stopped well short of the first down.
BC Lions very content at this point in the game to sit back in his zone coverage and try and force the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to throw underneath it and then come up and react to the football. Force Tom Burgess to throw outside to his running back, and then the tacklers Wetmore and Chris Major were right there on that play.
Gain is 3, 2nd and 7. Burgess hit as he throws, and it was almost picked off by the safety. Andrew Thomas. Pressure from Stu Hill.
Not sure if the BC Lions have had a sack tonight on Tom Burgess. They have had 1 sack in the ball game, but what they have been able to do has really put a tremendous amount of pressure on Tom Burgess. Stu Hill had a sack earlier in the first half, but it has been the pressure more than anything else that I've been impressed with that front four of the BC Lions.
Bombers kick it away again with 3:52 to go. More penalty flags down. Cameron barely got the kick away and was hoping for a call as he went down. I don't know if that's the infraction.
Oh, I think they cut Ryan Hansen, number 34, holding on Tyrone Jones downfield. I think Bob Cameron did a pretty good acting job on that one.
Punt only traveled 19 yards.
Holding, BC number 34, first down.
What do you think of this, Leaf?
I think it's a pretty good acting job. Derek McCready, 79, is coming in. He's been called for 1 already tonight on the kicker. Yeah, he got a little bit of the leg.
1st and 10 for the Lions into the final 3.5 minutes now. BC leading 36-17. 1st and 10. The Lions 43. Tony Kimbrough is in at quarterback. He took too long getting the play underway.
Spencer McLennan, number 16, is also in the ball game, replacing Matt Clark, who just had that huge touchdown reception to pretty much put this game away for the BC Lions. There's still, however, is over 3 minutes remaining, but Winnipeg Blue Bombers have really struggled trying to get the ball in the end zone tonight.
Trailing by 19. Numbers on Kimbrough.
He has not had a lot of playing time.
No. Alexander comes up with a toss from Tony Kimbrough. 29 yards for Ray Alexander. He's over 100 yards receiving, 7 catches, 114. Three-minute warning at BC Place, where the Lions are happily in front, 36-17.
Quality Video is proud to present Smashin' Crashin' Football. Hard-hitting football action is highlighted in this spectacular video cassette. Get in the game of hit-jarring hits, punishing sacks, electrifying catches, and much more. You'll also roar with laughter at mindless foul-ups, foolish fumbles, and the classy camaraderie that only football players can express. Trick plays and fancy footwork create dynamic and devastating action. Tackle this offer. Smashin' Crashin' Football, only from Quality Video. It's in stores now.
Doug Flutie over 300 yards again tonight, 17 completions and 29 attempts, a couple of touchdowns passing and 2 running. So Doug gets a break. A little rest on the sidelines, and Tony Kimbrough takes over.
Not bad. 7 out of 11 games this year. Doug Flutie has been over 300 yards passing. That says it all, what kind of season that he has had.
He's adapted well to the Canadian game, hasn't he?
He really has, and they've given him a nice receiving core to work with, too. It seems like whoever is in there each week, they have all done a good job.
2 pretty good slot backs, Matt Clark and Jake Christensen. Alexander leading the league in reception yardage. And brother Darren.
Yeah, Raymond Etheridge was in earlier, Mike Trevathan. So they've had a number of receivers that have really made huge contributions to the success of not only the team, but of Doug Flutie this year.
Lions 1st and 10 at the 42. This is Lorenzo Graham. And there's not much space for Lorenzo Graham. A gain of 2.
Well, we really thought before the game with the return of Tyrone Jones and Dave Lavelle that we would see a pretty intimidating Winnipeg defense, but that just hasn't been the case tonight, has it? One sack from a group that is a notorious sacking defense, that really will not get the job done for them.
23 sacks on the season for the Bombers, 23 interceptions. Tony Kimbrough takes off himself, and on 2nd and 13 he grabs 2. Well, the difference in this one tonight has really been at quarterback. Doug Flutie, 2 touchdowns rushing, a couple passing.
He has been the difference in a lot of football games.
Yeah, that's right.
In this year.
And he welcomes his younger brother Darren to the BC Lions lineup. Darren Flutie out of Boston College as well, seeing his first CFL action.
Must be quite a thrill for the 2 of them to be reunited again.
Saglia doesn't allow a return. Pretty good kick. 35-yard punt and no return. So it's net 35 for Lou Pasaglia with 2:12 to go. Looking back over brother combinations in Canadian football, no one can really remember a quarterback and a receiver except Anis Dukas, who's a legend here in Vancouver, who remembers in 1938 when he played with his brothers Frank and Bill. All 3 rotated through the quarterback spot, and all 3 were receivers as well. So Bill would throw to Annis, and then Annis would throw to Frank, and they were all quarterbacks and receivers of the same Argo team in 1938. Rob Crefo makes the catch. The Bombers are running out of time with 2:06 to go. 12 yards the game for Crefo. Bombers still without a touchdown. All 17 points have come from the kicker. Crefo one more time. Kicker tonight is the newcomer Troy Westwood, who got his first start with Trevor Kennard on the sideline. Better nights in the Blue Bomber defense. Crefo again, so 3 in a row to Crefo, but that one was ruled out of bounds. Some of the fans have drifted out of BC Place, but originally there were 41,285 indoors tonight.
The third time this year BC Lions have been over the 40,000 mark. Of course, the biggest crowd of the season was when the Toronto Argonaut show was in town, where they had over 53,000 to see the Rocket play that night.
Next week, the Saskatchewan Roughriders here at BC Place. That's on Saturday. The Bombers host Ottawa on Sunday. And tomorrow, we jet out of here to Calgary to McMahon Stadium to watch the Argos and the Stampeders. Two teams with 7-3 records, so that one will be for the bragging rights for a week at least. The best record in the CFL. Crefo once more with 1:27 to go, and that's a big gain out to the 45. 30 yards for Rob Crefo. Burgess only has eyes for him right now.
Well, the BC Lions are very content to play a soft pass coverage defense in the secondary and allow Winnipeg to go down the field, take some time off the clock. I think it's pretty good strategy by BC right now.
Another Blue Bomber first down as Larry Thompson, number 8, makes the catch inside the 25. $14 yards for Thompson. 1:17 to go.
A little surprised that they're huddling up at this point. They have to get the ball in the end zone and try an onside kick at least.
They're 19 back.
Yeah, it's a tall order, but they've wasted a lot of time off the clock here.
Burgess hit as he throws for Thompson in the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown. Thompson in front of Norman Jefferson. A 21-yard touchdown, the first of the night for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
That's a tremendous catch by Larry Thompson. Norman Jefferson had superb coverage, and all of a sudden, Larry Thompson just wrestled the ball away from him. Good pressure coming from Stuart Hill, but Burgess was able to hang in and throw the ball, and Thompson with nice reaction to it. The Bombers will go for 2.
Hey, I bet you we try an onside kick.
Going for 2 after their first touchdown of the night. And that doesn't work, but there's a penalty marker down. Chris Major is arguing the call, as Streeter was the intended receiver. "56 seconds to go."
Forward pass interference. BC number 13 will repeat the convert from the 1-yard line.
Well, a couple of fans out at midfield celebrating what appears to be a BC Lion victory. Stands at 36-23 now with less than a minute to go. Bombers get one more crack at this two-point convert. Robert Mims gets the call. And Mims can't find the end zone. It remains 36-23. Paul Wetmore making the stop.
That's great defense when you consider Robert Mims, the leading rusher in the league, and they're only 1 yard away. Paul Wetmore with an outstanding play to keep him out of the end zone in that two-point convert. Nevertheless, the Bombers will try an onside kick, I am sure.
56 seconds to go. And the young kicker, Troy Westwood, in his first CFL game.
He's getting a lot of help.
Accounting for, let's see, what did he pick up tonight? 17 points. Hang on, and it appears they will. They'll be ahead of the Edmonton Eskimos until tomorrow. BC and Edmonton both at 6 and 4. The Eskimos take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders at Taylor Field tomorrow. Less than a minute to go here at BC Place, Vancouver.
Rob Crefo in the game. I thought they'd probably have him in if they're going to kick it up in the air.
Short kick is tried, and the Lions, Matt Clark, got a hand on the ball, so BC will have possession, and the Bombers have just about run out of hope now.
So Matt Clark with a big touchdown reception tonight, and now he makes a good play on the onside kick to tip it out of bounds, and that is a happy group right there. BC Lions will see their record move to 7 and 4 and temporary tie for first place in the Western Conference.
And no overtime tonight for the Lions.
Oh, they've had 4 of them this year.
2 and 2 in overtime, 6 and 4 on the season. Brian Hansen grabbed and tossed to the turf by Ty Jones. .52 seconds to go now. It's turned into a long football evening for the Bombers.
Not a good day in the neighborhood.
For Mr. Rogers? No. Bombers didn't get many breaks tonight at all either. They didn't get to the end zone when they needed to. Tony Kimbrough for Darren Flutie. And they're calling it a catch at the 35. Another 18 yards for Darren Flutie. 4 receptions for Flutie on the night. 81 yards. Well, they're ruling that an incompletion.
Interesting how this game turns. You know, as you look back at it, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers had an interception nullified in the 4th quarter, deep in BC territory. And then, of course, on the next play, Matt Clark scores on the long touchdown. What would have happened had that interception stood? Kind of a silly face masking penalty to Rod Hill, nullified it. So that's been a different ball game. Isn't it funny how you can look back in each game and there's one little area that you say, had this happened.
That's right. You can look back to the Robert Mims fumble deep in Winnipeg territory and the confusion after the short kickoff. Anyway, Bob Obilovich will celebrate a victory tonight, his 7th this season in 11 games. Got to give the Lions a lot of credit, really, when you think about it. The number of changes that they have made. Found some quality individuals. Several of those have performed well tonight, including Matt Clark. And defensively, O.J. Brigance. Another good night. Grifo, as the Bombers run out of time now, 10 seconds to go. Grifo has another 18 yards. Most of his yardage has come when the game has been out of reach.
He has fattened his statistics a great deal late in the fourth quarter here against the soft defense of the BC Lions.
Larry Thompson, room down the sidelines as the Lions will let Thompson run out the clock all by himself. And Gerald Bayless caught Thompson. So the Lions, very impressive outing overall. BC improves to 7-4.
You know, I had a lovely, relaxing chat with Bob Obilovich before the game, and I think his expectations have been wildly filled by how well his rookies have played this year, and he has got an exciting team to watch and a team that is playing very solid fundamental football. They look good.
Doug Flutie has a good night, too, as the BC Lions overpower the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 36-23.
Hey fans, this is the Blue Jays album with 13 great Blue Jays songs.